right then. It is 10:15. Time to show up. I'm showing up. I'm glad you showed up. I appreciate every single one of you. Do the little YouTube dance, like, comment, subscribe, all that happy horse shit, and let's shit in the box. Now, for the past 36 hours, I have basically been playing Starfield. Not the whole 36 hours. I spent several hours watching videos about the new update and thinking about what I thought about the new update, and then I installed the new Trackers Alliance content, and I went and blew through that in, like, I don't know, probably 5-6 hours. It just flew through that shit. And I'm going to talk about that in more detail. But then I got started. I asked myself, hey, how long does it take to do a full main quest run? Like, if I start a brand new Unity run, if I go New Game Plus, and then I go through and I collect all of the artifacts, but I do the whole main quest. Now, I've been thinking about this for a while because there's a couple of things that I do and don't like about redoing the whole main quest. The major thing that I don't like about it is Entangled. I don't like that mission. It's not a fun mission for me. I don't enjoy doing that mission. But I have now had to do it enough times that it's not as annoying as it used to be. So, and it's narratively important, I think. This is one of the things that bugs me about the new updates that are coming out in Starfield, is that some of them break the narrative that I've perceived in Starfield over the last couple of years. And one of the big ways is that there's a lot of repetition in Starfield. I have a sneeze coming on, but it's being obnoxious and not showing up. Don't you hate that when you have to sneeze and it's just like not happening? I'm going to blow my nose and see if that goes away. I'm one of those people that when I blow my nose, it sounds like a fucking elephant. So I have spared you that because it's really fucking loud. Speaking of which, OBS did an update that altered the way that audio is processed. So now I have to redo my audio configuration. I think I've got it back where it was, but it's obnoxious. They did some shit they didn't need to do. I mean, I get it. It looks more like a DAW now. It looks more like a serious audio setup. But yeah, I was kind of blindsided by that and annoyed when my last video was just kind of quiet, and that was obnoxious. On the one hand, they did that to me. On the other, who the fuck updates their video broadcasting software the day they make a video? This guy. And I have 2 thumbs. Anyway, I was interested in how long it takes to do the main quest because there's some stuff that you can't get unless you do the main quest. You can't get the SL 6830 engines, and I don't actually use them, but I kind of want to have them available anyway. I want to know they're in the collection of parts I can buy, even though I'm not actually going to buy them, because I'm weird and stupid. And then there's a bunch of other stuff that you can't get, like there's that ship that Stroud Eklund builds and hands you for free. You can't get that unless you do the full main quest line. There is you can't get Lynn and Heller as crewmates unless you do the main quest line. I never do, but I don't know. I feel like I feel like I should. I feel like I should go, hey, I could give you a job. And then they go, all right, cool. And then I just never give them a job. I I don't know. It's obnoxious. Maria Sharkowitz, you can now have as a crew member in the Free Lanes update. I found that kind of interesting, and I'm like, what about Huang Le? We need Huang Le. It's regardless. When it comes to doing the main quest, it takes about 8 hours if you don't hurry through. If you just focus on the main quest, do the main quest, it takes about 8 hours. It makes you a buttload of money. Like, it's close to 500,000 credits if you do just the Trackers Alliance and the main quest. And that kind of feels like my new go-to series for starting up a New Game Plus run. For once I go through the Unity, I feel like I should go through all the Trackers Alliance quests, because that's really good for setup. Go through the main quest, because that's really good for money. And going through the whole main quest makes you substantially more money than just powering through all the artifacts. Plus you get a ship. Plus you get the option to buy new engines. And then, of course, the next thing you have to do is you have to do most of the Crimson Fleet missions. Well, you do the first UC Vanguard mission so that you can unlock the Vanguard ship parts, and then you do almost the entire Crimson Fleet mission. You have to do the entire Crimson Fleet mission. I was looking into this, and I was going, is there any place else that you can buy the stuff off of the key? No. It has to be from Jasmine Durand, and it has to be after completing specific missions. So that's really obnoxious. But then that, that takes like another 8 hours. Plus you gotta have your ship well configured. You gotta be prepped for major ship combat for that. And that's obnoxious. But that's the only way you can get the comm spike and the conduction grid, which are useful pieces of equipment to have. I am hoping that in the update we will be able to get better ship parts, and you'll still need the comm spike because you need to decrypt the location. You'll still have a narrative reason to get the specific parts that you get on that Crimson Fleet mission. You'll still need the comm spike. You'll still need the conduction grid, but I am hoping that the effects you get from the comm spike and the conduction grid are actually available from other equipment that you can buy all the time once the Free Lanes update ships. Let's talk about the features in that Free Lane update, because there's a bunch of stuff that matters to me, and there's a bunch of stuff that really doesn't. And there's like, I don't know. I just kind of want to. I'm obsessed with this. Okay, Starfield is delivering this huge update, and I really want to fucking talk about this update. And this is not somebody who's played the update, and it's also not an embargoed update, and it's also not hit on these things. I'm gonna hit on the things that they've announced, but first things first, the Terran Armada. The new storyline, awesome. The new companion, There have been comparisons of the new companion to HK-47, and I see those comparisons, and I think that's fairly cool. Incursions, I think, sound interesting. Now, all of the stuff that you knew was going to happen, there's going to be new gear, there's going to be new outpost decorations, there's going to be new shit in the game. Yeah, of course there is. New crew members, and a pre-built outpost. Now, the pre-built outpost, where you just like drop down one thing and you have an outpost and there it is. I like that. I really do. But I kind of feel like I would like outpost modules that work like ship modules. But I also want a specific change to ship modules. And that is, I want to be able to delete the furniture that is in them and replace it. Because it's like you've got kind of everything or nothing set up. And what I would really rather have, instead of being able to place an empty hab, I would really rather just be able to delete the shit that's in the hab that I don't want, you know, and replace it with something else if I feel like it. I think that would be nice. I really do. But I don't hold out a lot of hope for that. The pre-built outpost, I guess that's cool, but I feel like I should be able to build purposeful outpost modules the same way I can build ship habs. I feel like I should be able to put down an outpost module and go, this is a workshop, and it has all the workstations in it. But I don't know. I don't feel like we're likely to get that. Now, the big thing, new ships and ship parts. I have spent the last week and a half crawling through the creation kit and looking at how ship parts and ship purchases work. Because this game has been out for 2.5 years. And I have had to ferret out information upon information upon information about how ship buying and building works. And I actually ran into a guy who's like, I gave up on shipbuilding because I don't fucking understand it. And I'm like, ouch. I mean, I've put in a lot of time, I put in a lot of effort, but there's also a lot of stuff that I haven't put the time in on. Like, I have gone through the habs that I use in my shipbuilding, and I have said, okay, how can I put these into a ship and not have the ship completely fuck up where the entrances go in them? That was a lot of effort for just the few habs that I did. There's a lot more habs. There's 300 or 400 habs in the game. And I feel like somebody should go through them and just go, hey, here's where you do and don't want to put doors going into the habs. And everybody is so adamant about, I don't want ladders in my ship. I don't want ladders in my ship. Ladders are the only non-destructive entrances and exits to a hab. They're the only thing that doesn't destroy shit. But no, people want to have like doors going back and forth. I don't like the way the doors always face the same direction. I wish the doors would face different directions. I wish there was some way to do that. This is where somebody always comes along and says, why don't you use the place doors yourself mod? Because it was made by some guy in his basement. No shade to the guy in his basement who made it. Great job, you made it. I don't trust it to do shit right. I think that a bunch of crap will go wrong in that mod. And I'll bet there's a lot of stuff that he went, oh, I can't do this, so I'll do something close. I know that he's disabled like specific functions of the mod because they don't work for shit. And people kept using them, and he kept going, this part doesn't work, don't use it. They're like, no, I'm going to use it anyway. Hey, my shit broke. Why did my shit break? Because you used a feature that wasn't finished and doesn't do... I don't want to use that fucking mod. I really don't. I really want better options on that. But I've been crawling through the creation kit, and I've been trying to put together the sort of ultimate guide to ships and shipbuilding. And as I was going through looking at all of that, I had that one guy say, I've given up on building ships and now I just want to buy ships. Dude, buying ships is so much worse. There are 21 ship vendors in the game, and of those 21 ship vendors, 19 of them actually sell pre-built ships. And the 19 who sell pre-built ships have an inventory of 10 ships at most that they could sell. And these ships are selected at random from a pool of over 100 ships. And you just got to go back and forth hoping that they get the ship that you want. And on top of that, it takes 7 days for the ship vendors to refresh their list of ships for sale. But the vendor credits operate on area reset rules. You have to not load that vendor's area for 30 days. This is so fucking awful. It really is. Because it's like, that is about 2 million credits total for buying ships across all of the vendors. And once you've sold enough ships to consume that 2 million credits, you have to not load a bunch of vendors for 30 days. Now, the good news is that's fairly simple to do. All you got to do, go to Venus, sleep for 8 hours. Land on Venus, sleep for 8 hours. That's 800 hours. That is over the 720 hours you need to let everybody reset. And that'll reset everything. Like literally everything. Every area that resets is gonna reset. But that's a neat little thing. If something's fucked up in your game, go to Venus and sleep for 8 hours and see if it fixes itself. Because it's funny the way it does that. It really is. I don't know if it'll fix the quest giver at Cydonia floating up through the ceiling. I've seen that happen to too many people to go, yeah, that's not a thing. But it's never happened to me. And I suspect the reason it's never happened to me is, number one, I don't use a lot of mods. And number two, I have not overclocked my CPU or my GPU. I feel like that has something to do with it. I feel like when you overclock shit, you cause error rates that you don't really notice in operation, but in a game, they cause serious fucking problems. That's what I think. But that's just me. Anyway. Everything that's in the Terran Armada, I'm pretty much like, yeah, okay. And I'm surprised it's only $10. I'm like, $10? Shit. You know, I was thinking it was going to be 30. But if it's along the same lines as Shattered Space, I feel like Shattered Space was a $10 expansion. And I think part of that is, you know, the elephants in the room are the Cryomancers and Watchtower mods. Those are $10. I don't see Bethesda ever doing a better job than those mods. Those mods are very well done, very professionally done, very excellently managed. And I think that has kind of rubbed Bethesda's nose in the idea that you can't charge $30 for something unless it's 3 times as good as this. I don't see them making anything 3 times as good as that. I wonder if Bethesda are going to make the Terran Armada story add-on purchasable with Creation Club credits. Because if they just put it on there for 1,000 credits, I mean, I think more people would buy it. I really do. But this is just me. What do I know? I do think that you need to put it in the Steam store for like actual $10, because I think a lot of people are going to look at the Creation Club and go, no. And I think a lot of people don't want to put credits in the Creation Club. And I think a lot of people don't want to buy things from the Creation Club. They don't understand. I saw somebody complaining that that Bethesda said, hey, we've added a bunch of content to the game, and they showed creations. And creations don't count. Those aren't added content. Those are mods. Mods are different. No, they're not. This is legitimately the way you add content to the game, and it's good that Bethesda are adding content through this mechanism. They keep adding all of this free content to the game, and they're like, that doesn't count. Dude, fuck off. Go to hell. And I watched this guy complain that that Creation Club content isn't adding content. And I whacked the back button and I clicked don't recommend channel. So yeah, bad take, fuck off. I literally do not need to accept any bad takes from anyone on anything anymore. Do you realize how much shit is out there? Like, do you understand how many people are making YouTube videos? I can literally find a guy who makes YouTube videos and never says anything I don't like. And he'll say everything that you're going to say that I might like, but he's not going to say shit that pisses me off. And I don't need to be pissed off. I don't need to be in anybody's comments going, you're a fucking dork. I don't need to be doing that. That's not important. I want to be in somebody's contents going, dude, this is amazing and I think it's fucking awesome. That's a thing I want to do with my time. You suck and you don't know what you're talking about. I don't want to do that. I don't want to be in anybody's comments doing that. I don't want to be on anybody's feed doing that. If you're the kind of person that does that kind of thing, I had a friend named Danielle on Facebook 12 years ago. And the number of bad takes that came out of this woman's mouth. And I liked her. She was a good person. She was a good friend. We'd known each other for a long time. It's just the number of horribly stupid things she would say. And I would go, what the fuck? And at some point I said, you know what? I just don't want to say what the fuck half a dozen times every fucking day. And I blocked her. And she got really mad. I thought we were friends. We are, just not on Facebook. It emboldens you to say shit that you shouldn't say. And you know you should. You wouldn't say it in person. If you were looking me in my face, you wouldn't say the shit you say about Jews. Okay? And I understand that. And you know what? If you want to go off with your stupid little friends that are kind of Nazi sympathetic and you want to say some shit about Jews, I don't fucking care. I really don't. But on Facebook, whatever you say ends up in my fucking face. And when you're talking to your stupid Nazi friends about the shit you think about Jews, I have to see it. That's kind of a problem with social media. You have to be a different kind of person to participate in the world on social media. There's a lot of things you don't say in public, and social media is always in public. It may feel like it's only a couple of your friends, like my Discord server. You know, it feels like it's just me and a couple of people. It feels like it's just me and like 3 people at this point. We get new users, they show up, and then it's just like literally, if you join the Discord and you look at the Weebling rank, and you look at all of the people that have red names, those are people who have literally never had a meaningful conversation on the server. Like, they have lurked constantly. They have not even introduced themselves, because the Weebling role is literally for, we haven't spoken to you, we haven't vetted you as a person who's not a bot or an op or some kind of dipshit. That's all that is. And all you have to do to get out of it, the only thing you have to do to get out of the Weebling role is introduce yourself and tell us what kind of anime you like. That's the question that we're going to ask. And even if you say, I don't really watch anime and I don't really like anime, that's fine. You're a weeb with the rest of us. Lots of weebs don't like anime. That's a thing. Anyway. That brings us to all of the shit in the Free Lanes update. And holy crap, it is a list. It really is. I'm looking at it right now. I've got everything just kind of bullet pointed out, and there's like 24 things in this update. I'm ballparking. There's a half dozen things in Terran Armada, but there's like 20 things in the Free Lanes update, and that's free. Damn. But let's start out with cruise mode. I don't fucking care. I do like that it's optional. I do like that it's a thing that you can do. I don't mind that there is cruise mode, okay? Because lots of people are going to use it. And unfortunately, I'm going to end up having to use it because there are new encounters that only happen in cruise mode. And that looks to be, I'm not 100% sure on this, but it looks to be the only real way that you can collect X-Tech. This is one of the things that bothers me. I don't collect a whole lot of quantum essence over the course of a playthrough because I don't run into that many Starborn. And I don't know why. Like, in the current game, I've been all the way through the main quest, okay? I've been all the way through the main quest in my current game, and I've got 22 quantum essence. That's not a whole lot, okay? That's not a whole lot of quantum essence. It's not going to be enough to like upgrade a bunch of shit. So when they talk about you're going to be able to upgrade your Starborn abilities using quantum essence, I don't see that being that useful, really. Now, upgrading all of your stuff to level 10, that seems like it's gonna be an issue. Because that's going to be upwards of, if it pyramids up, which is what it looks like based on the screenshots. I kind of saw some video of it, and it looks like you're going to need about 50 quantum essence for one Starborn power. Now, I do like that I could do something with my quantum essence. I like that very much. I think this requires way too much of it, but it does, and this kind of flies in the narrative face of things. I think it's important that you have to go through 220 temples. How many artifacts are there? I jump into my inventory and jump into miscellaneous. Artifact 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. 24? 24 artifacts, is that correct? Yeah, 24. Okay, so you have to go through 230 temples total. Because there's the phase time power you automatically get at the end of the main quest, so you don't have to go through a temple for it. So 230 temples total. That's a lot, but I feel like it's an important part of the process. I feel like it's important that you have to go through 230 temples. It's important that you have to collect 100 artifacts. It's important that you have to repeat and repeat and repeat and repeat. I feel like that matters. And I also see the marketing perspective on this, which is, if you were gonna do that, you've probably already done it. And if you're not gonna do that, well, we should just go ahead and let you not do it. Yeah, okay, I see your point on that. I really do, but I feel like there's a wall of understanding in certain elements of Starfield where you are supposed to understand certain things. For example, you're supposed to understand there's only one way to get from point A to point B, and if you don't do it, you won't get there. And now we've provided an alternate path. I think that teaches the wrong lesson, but at the same time, is it really the job of a game to teach that particular lesson? It's a good question, and I don't have an answer for it. The quantum entanglement device that lets you take things through a Unity run, I feel like it was important for people to understand that you can't take anything, that you have to give all of it up, that you have to start over. I feel like that was narratively important in a way that we're discarding by having the quantum entanglement device. It just kind of flies in the face of that. Just like customizing the legendary weapon effects. Customizing your weapon effects. I feel like searching for the right legendary weapon effect was a major part of the game. I understand there are people that don't want to do this, but I feel like something's lost there. Now, the good news is, if you have discipline, you don't have to use these. It's pointless for me to use Starborn Quantum Essence to upgrade my abilities anyway, because all of my abilities are maxed. But at the same time, I kind of sit here and I go, a lot of people aren't going to learn what had to be learned for the early players to go through the game. And I feel like there's a certain cachet to that. There's a certain there's a certain je ne sais quoi to being one of the early players and doing all of the stuff. I feel like that matters in a way that upgrading with Quantum Essence doesn't. I don't really like the new X-Tech thing. I didn't like the Astra the Astra thing was... Astra at the Trackers Alliance was fucking dumb. It's like... give them 3 Astra for a legendary item, and you don't know what item it's going to be, and you don't know what it's going to be, and it's like, save scum with your Astra. That's all it is. Quick save, use your Astra. Nope, F9. Use your Astra. Nope, F9. Use your Astra. Nope, F9. Use your Astra. All right, cool. F5 again. And I don't like that as gameplay. I really don't. And I don't like that other people can do it as gameplay. But it's a single player game. Fuck it. Who cares? You know? You gotta let people play their game their way. I expect people to let me play my game my way, you know? But, yeah, let's go over it. Cruise mode, I don't really care about cruise mode. I'm going to end up having to use it, but I don't think we needed it. I do think the way they have implemented it is probably the best way to implement it. So I'm just going to regard it as a new system that I don't think we need it, but I'm going to see. The new encounters, yeah, customizing weapon effects. I might use it, probably not. I'm really, after 38 times through the Unity. Is it 38? How many times is it? Let me check. Yeah, it is in fact 38 times through the Unity. So after 38 times through the Unity, I'm really very accustomed to the lose everything and start over stuff, and I have my little suite of this is the best thing about the new Trackers Alliance content. The new Trackers Alliance content gives me a reliable, stable way to equip myself from the beginning of the game. It really does. Because you go in, you do the Starjacker mission, and I've done that straight from jump, wearing my Starborn uniform, no equipment, nothing. I just, I go to Aquila City, I switch to the Frontier because I hate flying the Guardian. The Guardian's a piece of crap, I don't want to. And then I go do the Starjacker mission in the Trackers Alliance. I go through Hannibal's Chop Shop, and I just use powers. I don't do anything else. I use powers to go through everything. So it's not necessary for me to have any equipment, and I collect all of this shit, and I invariably get the secret outpost slate, and then I leave the Chop Shop. I go immediately to Denebula 4, and I do the little mission there, and I get the Mantis ship, which is the ship that I want anyway. And I pick up all of these weapons and all of this stuff, and I can pick through it and go, yeah, okay, I like this, I like this, I like this. Usually I grab Shock Trooper stuff. I like Shock Trooper stuff, but the boost pack, I always end up like picking whatever comes up as balanced. I need a balanced boost pack, and I can't be arsed to upgrade it, so fuck it. I'll just use something I found. Whatever it is it a balanced boost pack? Okay, that's good enough. I'm fine with that. But with the new Trackers Alliance content, there's reliable, stable kit that you pick up over the course of it. I'm going to talk about that a little bit more later. But it's like, I don't need to send stuff through the Unity with me. That's not necessary. And I don't need to like pick and choose legendary effects, because what I end up doing is I go and I do the Trackers Alliance content and I collect the stuff. And like, when it was just the Vulture, I don't fucking care about the dual wear. And the Arboron sniper rifle is really nice. I really like it, but I didn't feel like it was worth doing the mission for that. So I basically never loaded the Vulture content. And I only have a few mods and only a few paid mods in Starfield. And the only ones I ever really used were the Vulture, the Starborn Guardian 7 Plus, and the high-level weapons mod. The high-level weapons mod was really good, but it made things too predictable. And I feel like the quantum entanglement device is also going to make things too predictable. But yeah, customizing weapon effects, I don't care. Tier 4 legendary effects, I don't care. New quality tiers, I mean, that's cool, I guess. That's neat. Ship optimization terminal. I like that. I like this. I feel like there's like a maximum level I get my ships to, and players in a game will always converge on the best solution. Like, when you come right down to it, okay, I use PBO 175 auto helion beams, the Exterminator 95 auto helion beams, and I throw a nullifier suppressor onto my ship. That's what I use. That's what I always use. And that doesn't change, like, ever. So it's just, that's what I put on my ship. I put the 28T shield on the ship usually, but if I can't find a good place to put the 28 shield, then I get the SG 400 shield generator, which is like 1125 max health. I go class B, and I stick with class B like the whole way, and I don't have problems with it. There's a reactor that only gives you 34 power, but that gives you an outrageous quantity of hull points. I don't need it. The only time I ever actually need that is with the Starborn ships. See, here's the thing. Starborn ships have a weapon that will disable your craft and leave it a sitting duck, and they can just pound on you with their other weapons. So you really have to take them out fast, and you really have to not let them get a weapons lock. So, you know, it's just like your ability to boost is huge during Starborn ship combat. And I have Starborn ship combat precisely fucking once during the entire quest. So it's just like, why would I get this 34-point reactor when I could get a 39-point reactor in Class B? It just doesn't make sense. I never put crew on my ship. I don't know why I never put crew on my ship. I know exactly what crew to put on my ship. The crew that you put on your ship goes like this. You put everybody from Constellation. All of them. The only one that really kind of doesn't matter is Sarah Morgan, and she doesn't take up a crew slot, so you may as well bring her. I mean, it's like Sam Coe gives you a point of power in engines, and Barrett improves your particle weapons. Of course, you use particle weapons. Andreja improves your energy weapons, and I think particle weapons actually count as energy weapons for some reason, so I think that still works. Vasco gives you a point of power that you can put wherever you want, and then Sarah is just like, who fucking cares? Sarah gives you like you use less grav drive fuel or some such shit. Who cares? But she doesn't take up a crew slot, so you may as well bring her. There's no good reason not to. I feel like they did that on purpose, and they just said Sarah Morgan is like a free crew member, so everybody's going to have her on their ship. I don't want to listen to her bullshit. And then there's Omari Hassan at Aquila City. You grab him; he's another point of power. You need him on your ship. That's it. That's your crew complement right there. That takes up 5 crew slots. That's it. That's all you need. That's the best crew in the game. You do not need anyone else. except Maria Sharkowitz, who's just been added. And just honestly, why wouldn't you add her? She's interesting to listen to. She's kind of cool. She's cute. And yeah, I'll give you that. Cute little goth chick. Oh, it's a goth mommy chick. Yeah, what the fuck ever. You go right. These are the same people that went fucking apeshit over Lady Dimitrescu in Resident Evil Village. But the shared outpost container is another thing that I just sit here and go, oh. You're supposed to set up a complex network of freighters to bring the resources you want to the outpost that you want them at. But no. And you had to make hard choices. You had to go, I can only bring so much stuff to so many places. And that was an interesting logistical challenge. But again, this is one of those things. Don't like it? Don't build one. Okay, that works. Same thing with the outpost pet. You can have a pet Miller whale at your outpost. I don't fucking care. That's stupid. Why did you bother with that? Well, don't want it, don't build one. Okay, that's cool. And I'm not one of those people that goes, you could have spent that time and energy on something I wanted. No, you couldn't. A lot of people don't understand that. The amount of effort that goes into building something cute and silly and fun that like 5% of the player base actually likes and wants, that's an important part of recovery and mental health, so you can actually build the stuff people do like and want, like the database. I don't feel like the database is getting enough attention. The ability to look up what you want and where it is. Oh my God. Oh, that's fucking amazing. And I didn't know that was coming. I was like, I hope they do something like that. It's so much better than I thought it was going to be. That's what I'm excited about. That's what I love. And then you got all this other stuff that is just like what I expected. Anchor Point Station. Oh, that's awesome. I like that we're doing Anchor Point Station. New ship modules. Yeah, okay, I'm cool with that. Planetary POIs. New Elite Maria Sharkowitz. And some droid shit. I don't care. New side quests, of course. The new land vehicle. I don't use the land vehicle you have. The asteroid base home. I think that's cool. New enemy modifiers. Okay. I have complained for many, many years that Bethesda's idea of difficulty is jacking up health. This is better. This is much better, and I like this. I want more stuff like this. The new camera features? Okay. Photo mode poses with the vehicle? I don't care. I don't care. It's just not that meaningful to me. But what I really, really want to hit on, the thing that I have spent all day working on, is what all you get from the various new Trackers Alliance shit. Now, the Starjacker, we already know what comes from the Starjacker, okay? We already understand that you get the Shipbreaker's Cutter, and you get like this rivet gun thing, and you get the Deep Seeker suit, and all that sort of stuff, okay? But, when you do the Vulture, you get this Armoron Nova Strike Sniper. That's nice. That's a nice piece of weaponry right there. I like that. I like it a lot, and I'm glad we have it. The Vulture alone was not worth installing and doing just to get this one weapon. It really wasn't. But now there's all kinds of other new stuff. And when you go and do the Widow, you get one of my favorite things. First of all, the Vulture dustwear that you used to get. This little coat, that's cool, I guess. The Veteran dual wear, I don't care, okay? But the Assassin spacesuit. Oh man, oh, I like this. I like this a lot. It's really, really nice. You get this from the Widow. And oh, it's so good. It's so good. I like it. I really do. I've been through all of my spacesuits, and this is the best one with a single exception, and that is my top-of-the-line Starborn spacesuit. And when you look at this, you go, here's the Starborn spacesuit. Wow, yeah, that's cool. But dude, look at the Assassin. Oh my fucking God. Oh, I love this. I love this. It is great. It has great stats. It works really, really well. I love it. I love it. Then you have this Sutga boss that you could go after, and he gives you a fashionable suit. You know, if you wish you were David Byrne and stopped making sense, you can wear this suit. This is not my beautiful wife. Yeah, this is a fucking dorky suit. And other than that, you do get this nice black, red, and gold katana, which is a very nice melee weapon, except it isn't the greatest weapon you can get. You can get better weapons. I have a Varun Pain Blade that's better. Like, if I go look in my weapons here, there's I collect all of this shit and I just don't bother doing anything with it. There we go. Here's a Varun Pain Blade. The Exterminator Quantum Edge Varun Pain Blade, 327 damage. And I think I've got other Varun Pain Blades that do more. Let's sort by damage. And we'll come all the way up to the top. And somewhere up here in the 300s, we're going to have some Pain Blades. Yeah, so 327 is the best Pain Blade that I've got, okay? That's not bad, okay? And it has a venomous blade. Meanwhile, the Sutga it's only 340. It's not that much more, okay? That's like 5% more damage. That's not a whole lot. So, you know, it's not that great, but it looks cool. It looks cool. I like how good it looks, and I'm a fucking weeb. So, you know, yeah, I like that. Then you've got the Lovers. The Lovers give you a pair of spacesuits, and this laser rifle that I'm holding right here, this Aphelion. Yeah, you get that from the Lovers, and it's just like, ooh, yeah, I like this. I like this a lot. I really like this. But the spacesuits, you get Booker's spacesuit. Okay, yeah. So you get Booker's spacesuit, which, let me show you the whole get up. Here's the whole outfit, and yeah, I'm not so impressed with this. I mean, it's cool, I guess. But you also get Celia's spacesuit. I like Celia's spacesuit much more because of the way that it's because of the way that it's decorated. I think this is much nicer. I like the blue and yellow aesthetic. It's not a very nice suit, but it's kind of cool. I get it, you know, and they do give you that that badass laser rifle, which you can see is what I'm using. I like this. I really like this. It's the new Mantis that I think is a big step up. The Mantis Mark II looks much more like a Mantis than the original Mantis. It really does. And they also give you the crowd control. Crowd control is you get to select which of the many kinds of weapons that start with mag to make. And I chose a mag sniper, but I mean, really, the Arboron's better. So yeah, just not that interesting. So crowd control is like the best you could do on that. But I don't know, maybe you want like a pistol or some such shit, some kind of thing. If they give you a sniper rifle, they give you a regular rifle, they give you your choice of mag, whatever, and they give you a melee weapon and a cutter. And I think that's a pretty good selection just from the Trackers Alliance stuff. Then you have the part where you knew it was coming. You knew the conclusion of the Trackers Alliance stuff was tracking down Hannibal Eutropio. In the process of tracking down Hannibal Eutropio, they will put you in prison, and you will get a set of prison scrubs. But when you actually arrest him, you get a tracksuit. She can be a fucking Gopnik, dude. Yeah, you can like squat like a Russian dude and drink vodka. I don't know. It's not that interesting. And that's basically what you get from that. You don't get anything better than that. You do also get your Trackers Alliance space suit over the course of the Trackers Alliance mission and all of that. But the big thing, obviously, what everybody's going to be asking is, but what about the Mantis? What about the Mantis ship? Do you get a new Mantis ship? And yes, you do. You do get a new Mantis ship. You get a new Mantis ship, and that, in my opinion, is secondary to when you do the Sotga Oni mission, you take out the Sotga leader, you get his house. This is a player home that you get over the course of the Trackers Alliance missions. And this, in my opinion, this is the best player home yet. This is better than the Dream Home. Fuck the Dream Home. I don't care. Look at this shit. It's got a mech on display. There's a mech on display at your house. You come up the stairs over here, and then you go up the stairs over here, and then you come over here, and there's a mech. There's a mech at your house. Isn't that fucking awesome? That's fucking awesome. And you got these fires. You got these buttons. They don't tell you what these buttons do. They turn the fires on and off. Now, I'm not talking about what all of the missions are because I don't want to spoil any of them. I thought it was really cool going in, not knowing what was going on. But look at this. Look at this place. Let's head into the villa and take a look around. Look at the size of this place. Look at all of the stuff. Look at this. And you got your decoration right here. Look at all of the room you've got. Oh. Turn on personal atmosphere. Look at all of this space. Look at this. Oh my God. You've got so much room to put stuff around. Ooh, a computer. What's on the computer? There's nothing on the computer. Yeah. That's only really useful during the quest, I guess. But look at all of this. Look at this amazing master bathroom. It's fantastic. Look at this master bedroom. Oh, it's incredible. You've got a space for your bed. It's obvious that it's a space for your bed. Oh, there's a safe. I haven't unlocked the safe. I should do that. Okay, real quick lesson on safes, okay? A safe typically uses 2 digipicks. This has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 spots for digipicks. That means it's either a 3 and 3 or a 4 and 2, okay? It can't be any of these 2s up here unless there's a 4, and we've got, I actually really like this one because it's just nested. It's just a nested 3 and 3. There we go. Then we've got these 2. We've got 1 that goes here and 1 that goes here, and there we have it. And there are traps. They put traps in here. Actually, hold on. Those are the same. Those are the same. What a fucking wasted. That's not advanced for shit. Amp and some credits and a digipick. Ooh. This is a no-mass save. That's what I was thinking. This is a no-mass safe that you can store an unlimited amount of shit in. Oh, that is very, very nice. That is very nice. And just look at all of the space, all of the rooms you have to decorate. Look at this stuffed Ashta and this stuffed whatever the fuck and another stuffed whatever the fuck and all this shit mounted on the walls. What the fuck? Seriously. You got all of this shit and neat little terrarium area. There's a bar. You got a bar to hang out in. Oh man, this is nice. There's just so much fucking space. This is the only player home you need. What more do you want? What more do you need? This is perfect. This is excellent. Look, here's the kitchen. You got all of this space here. Let's go ahead and close that door. Why is it open? And it's not a working cooking station, really? Really? That's bullshit. Well, you just have to put one in there. Still kind of bullshit. You got all this space all over the place. Look at just the sheer size of it. It's just fucking massive. Down here you've got this little area, and the water is safe so you can swim, which is nice. Oh yeah. I love this player home. This is the best player home yet. It's huge. And it's gorgeous. It looks amazing. It is just really fucking cool. So yeah, you get this player home. This is like, people would pay 700 credits just for this. Just for this big fucking player home. That's worth it, man. That's seriously worth it. But let's go back out here and let's take a look at the ship. This is the Orchid. This is the Mantis Mark II ship. It is black and gold. And it is a nice piece of work. I haven't really looked around the interior of it. It is worth noting that it is not registered and will cost you 34,000 credits to register. We're just short of 30. So let's board the Orchid and we'll have a look through it. I've not had a look through it yet, so. We've got a navigation console, I like that. We've got a bed. Some various stuff. The med pack. That's nice. Ooh, that's nice. Oh, I'm having that. The cockpit's right here. That's really well laid out. Captain's locker's over here. There's nothing in it. Here's your little dark shower. You got a locker. You got some stuff hanging around. And then, a bitten sandwich. Ew. Somebody bit a sandwich. Mantis bit a sandwich. There's a little causeway sort of area. Here's a brig. Empty weapon cases. There's nothing in them at all. You got your brig, of course, and you got this space here. Well, it's fairly small, isn't it? It's just a brig and a captain's quarters, just like the original. Just like the Razor Leaf, just like a minimal setup for fucking around. Yeah. And it's not great in terms of weaponry, but, it's decent enough. And you can upgrade it. You can put your appropriate stuff on it. I left it stock just so you could see, like, what it comes out of the gate with. And it's got PB-30 electrons and Disruptor 3300 electrons. These are all Class A, I guess, to make sure that anybody can pilot it. Yeah, they kind of have to do that, don't they? Anyway. That's very nice. I'm very happy with it. But I am very much looking forward to the new content in Free Lanes. The new content in Terran Armada, not so much. I'm not clear on whether we get Terran Armada if we bought the premium edition or not. I'm not clear on whether I have to buy it. It'd be cool if I didn't, but I'm not going to be mad if I do. Because after all, they didn't tell me I was going to get all of the... they didn't tell me I was going to get all of the upgrades. And they haven't said outright whether Premium Edition Steam users get Terran Armada included. I'm going to be fairly... just the fact that the Trackers Alliance missions all came bundled into the Vulture, which was exactly what I thought would be like the coolest and best thing to do. I'm happy with that. I think that was a good thing for them to do, and I really like that you get it that way, and I'm fairly happy with all this. Most of the stuff that I want and like is going to be in Free Lanes, like the database. Oh, the database. And everything in Terran Armada is just okay, I guess, but the fact remains, there is one thing that I do not like about this player villa, and that is it's not a shipbuilder. There's no shipbuilder here. I always want a shipbuilder at my outpost, and there just isn't one. That's very frustrating. I feel like there should be a shipbuilder here, but there isn't. Any. Regardless. I feel like all of this stuff that they've added in, I think they've done a really good job. I think they're going to do an even better job with the stuff that's coming. All the stuff that they've promised is it looks good. I think it's going to be pretty badass. It takes like 5 or 6 hours to get through all of the Trackers Alliance content. If you go through it at a fairly leisurely pace and aren't just like trying to move at breakneck speed. But yeah, I really enjoyed that. I really thought that was fucking awesome. And I'm gonna have to upgrade my understanding of what ship parts are where once we get the Terran Armada and Free Lanes DLC. But I am looking forward to it. Oh my god, I'm looking forward to this. I'm looking forward to this so much. And I don't know. That's all I really have to say about it. I mean, this is all I've been doing. It's just like fucking around with Starfield. It's like been my whole day. So yeah. That'll be that. Do the little YouTube dance, like, comment, subscribe, all that happy horse shit, and okay, bye.